Hello and welcome to another episode of C-Suite. Yes, I am Shawanna Kennedy, your host for what? CEO Chat. This is where we get to talk to some CEOs from around the globe to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and sometimes how hard it can be to be a CEO, but yet why they choose to still stay in the position. This time we have gone all the way to Tampa, Florida. I'm so excited to have Daniel Winton. He is the founder, the president of Operating in the Black. So let's get him in here. All right, guys, let's say hello and welcome to Daniel Winton. Hello,
Hello.
Daniel. So excited that you are here with us, coming in for a CEO chat, and just say hello and let everybody know a little bit about you.
Well, hello everyone, and Shawanna, thank you again so much for the opportunity to get in front of you. It's always a pleasure to do so. Thank you. I am Daniel Winton, the owner founder of Operating in the Black. We've been in business for a little over 4.5, going on our 5th year in business now. And our primary responsibilities are assisting the minority community in funding for their businesses and just basically getting them set up and showing them how to do so. And when we speak of minority communities, that means people of color, women, those that are traditionally locked out from funding. That is the core belief that we have here, is basically to establish a way that people who have been traditionally locked out from business opportunities, that they will be able to find funding and at least a ready resource to enter into the funding a funding vehicle.
I like that. And then the word choice you kept saying is locked out. Now I have to ask you, because now we talking to a CEO here. Do you ever know or recall a time when you might have felt like you were locked out, and maybe this is part of your why? Like, why is it that you felt that this was something that you was called to do?
Oh yeah, I'm sure everyone's had that story, and it's not just minorities, but it's just people in general who have a dream, who have decided I want to do something a little bit different than what is traditionally going to college, doing my 9 to 5, and then working 40 or 50 years and then retiring. So that's not solely towards the minority community, but my story was I wanted to start a little pizzeria, and I was in the military, me and a buddy, and he had the experience. And I said, well, I know I have good credit. Let me see what I can do. So I go down to the credit union and explain my dream and our goals to the lender. And the guy was like, well, Daniel, to get that kind of money, he turned the screen around and says, okay, you've got a decent credit score, but you don't have this. Now look at my credit score. He showed me who he was. He says, to do that, you have to be like this. And if you want that, you have to be like this. And to do that, you're going to have to do these things. This, you have to be this. Well, of course, I'm not for money. I don't have a family that started a business. I have my access into wealth was anywhere where I could even match his story at all. So I really left out, kind of depressed and saddened that I wasn't going to be able to establish that pizzeria, because I knew, based on the conversation that I had with that lender, that I wasn't going to be able to do it. So what I did was I had a truck that I owned free and clear. Mm-hmm. So went right back to the same lending institution, different day than that gentleman was working, and I got a loan on my truck. And that was how we were able to start the business, start building out everything else like that. But it's always a way. But if I would have stayed with his suggestion, I would have never had the opportunity to start that business. And really, that business propelled me into another business, which kind of led me here. So that's what I tell people is that, yeah, you're going to be told no. When you have your dream, and this is something that's a burning ambition that's deep inside of you, and this is what you're supposed to do, I can guarantee you when you sit down in front of somebody, they're going to say, you're crazy.
Now, how many no's, you mentioned no. How many no's did you hear, or did you can recall hearing before you even got to your first yes? Because we know that there is a number of no's. And I love how you said, okay, I know what he said, but you chose to then make the, anybody that know me, they know I'm big on saying making the necessary adjustment and go back and look at it a different way. And you went back shortly thereafter making the necessary adjustment and you got a yes. You just
Well,
yeah.
well, I was fortunate, like I said, that I had pretty decent savings habits, and I did always typically pay my vehicles off early. So I had some equity there, but that may not be the case with everyone. And sometimes that first no is so thorough that it will put you out of the game. It will have you so discouraged that if you follow the process that those people are talking about, it would literally take you 7 to 8 years to get to your business. Okay. And I just want to let you know that's never the case. You never have to wait that long to establish your business. You never have to do that. But I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. Yeah, somebody's going to tell you no, but you just have to keep plugging away, keep trying, keep developing that business plan, keep that dream inside you alive. Because if you do so, you're going to change during that whole process of starting your business. You're going to learn that you're going to lose some friends along the way, because if you're not excited, if people are not excited about being in your presence, that's going to be the number one indicator that you're going to grow, and those people are going to drop off, and you're going to get some new people that are excited about your business. They're going to be excited about seeing you, so there's so many different things that you're going to learn in the process of opening your business, growing your business. You're going to change as a person, and it's going to be great.
I love it because now I've had the opportunity to watch you in action. And this guy, he knows his stuff. He has definitely helped dozens of entrepreneurs to be able to live out their dreams, to bring those dreams into reality. And I just want you, even when we think about, of course, we know the whole world went through the pandemic. Everybody, with when COVID happened for you, and then how was that for you? If we were to think about a time when things kind of shifted, but yet I know to my understanding, this past year alone, you have seen a definitely big scale in your business. I want you to talk about how that was when it dipped, but yet now you're now on the other side of that because of other choices that had nothing to do with even the pandemic, but choices that you made in that navigating your own company as a CEO, seeing where you needed help. You got the help that you needed. You implemented tools and resources, and now you're able to talk about some of that good as a CEO.
Well, one of the things that you always want to understand is that the business is you. You're the number one asset. You're the number one product. You're the number one marketer. You're the number one salesperson. Your business is nothing without you. You are the soul of your business. So one of the things that any type of adversity will teach you is what tools are you short on. There are once you open up your own business, I guarantee you there are going to be companies that you're going to go back to and apologize to, because you're like, that's crazy. Why are we doing that? And they're like, man, why don't you just do it that way? We're just do that. I was the number one salesman just about every place I went to. And I hated doing paperwork. Well, guess what? When you own your own business, paperwork is very, very paramount to do. So you start learning these things that are weaknesses, and you figure out how to address them. You'll get better software. We are a company that's very much an investor in software, because the more software that I can invest in, it keeps my overhead lower, which means my costs are lower, which means I get to translate to my customers a better product. So that's just one of the things that you're going to find in that whole process. And again, when you are afraid, if you look at when businesses truly grow is in economic downturns. That's when the people who are smart, who are thrifty, who are quick on their feet, that's how, as a small business, you can compete with big businesses, because a lot of larger organizations, they have to plan out a year, 2, 3 years in advance. Now, can you imagine if you had dedicated resources for 3 years in advance and then COVID hit and all of that stuff was no good?
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got to readjust and you've got to reshift your focus, and some companies just weren't able to do that. And that's why I'm saying, as the CEO, that's where that CEO, you, the primary owner of that business, really gets to say, oh, I can take this and I can adjust it to this, or I can do this and I can adjust it over here and I can get this, or I can spend more time with the clients that I do have, helping them, making sure that their businesses are strong, so that when the economy does pick back up, then we're going to be positioned. We brought on new product lines. We didn't do a whole lot of real estate. But as soon as the pandemic hit, guess what? A lot of people were sitting around. They had a lot of free time. They had a chance to invest. They had a chance to look around. So we started selling real estate. So we started doing mortgages or investment mortgages for home. So those are some of the things that we would just stay light on our feet and were able to accomplish.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Being in finance, I know you get to see a lot. And what is it that you can help a person to even give them a tip to say, hey, if you're right here, here is something immediately that you can do. What is something that you can give the person to say, this is something you can immediately start even today. I'm about giving them something to do that they can move in right away. Because sometimes they say, yeah, I hear you, Mr. Winton. I hear everything that you're saying, but I don't have the 2, 3, 4, 5 years. What is it something that I can do right now? Do something this week, something in this next 30 days that you'll say, okay, I'm definitely headed in the right direction. And because they believe in their dream as well. How could you help a person with you being in finance?
Okay, well, then what everybody hates to hear, but I tell every single person, is get your credit. Monitor your credit. That is the single most identifiable thing that separates business owners who are wealthy from every other person, is that they know where they're sitting every single day. And when you know your credit isn't good, you don't want to face it. You don't want to see all these bad decisions that have happened in the past. Well, guess what? If you don't face those things immediately, however long you delay to get to it is just however long you delay your success. Okay? Because we have products that will get you loans, 500, 550, things of that nature. But why do that when you can do simple modifications, challenge different things that are on your credit that are poor, that are incorrect, and all that other stuff, and you can have a decent score, 670, 700 FICO score, and you get the low interest loans. That's what we really assist people in doing here. But the number one thing, if you are considering going into business, is to monitor your credit. It's $1 a day, and definitely you're worth the $1 a day.
Yeah, there are so many now. It really has I believe even more so than before, with so many tools. And like you mentioned earlier, the software that is out there and available for people and accessible to people. So if you don't know Daniel Winton, get to know Daniel Winton, making sure that you have all of his information, because it's so many small things that I know that he can tell you and help you to do to even get that part of your life going. And sometimes you do need a second set. Sometimes you need a third set of eyes to look at some things that you possibly are even overlooking and saying, this is what's been my holdup. This is what's holding me back, because you could have the right product, but then have the wrong timing. It's even understanding and knowing the timing in which to make certain moves to me. And like you said, you made the shift when there wasn't any real estate. You did a whole bunch of things, even with commercial stuff. And I know that is big. How is it going in Tampa right now? What is that looking like for the growth of that?
Oh, our market went crazy here. We had houses that were selling in the neighborhood of 100. Like 89,000. Those houses are now selling for 250. So 300,000. So the market just went crazy. So preparation is always the mother of wealth. So you just really, I just can't emphasize enough is that just don't give up. That's the number one thing when you get ready to start your business, is just saying, I don't care what happens, I'm never going to quit. You may not be running as fast as you want to. And see, people think that, oh, I'm running so fast. Well, you're on flat ground. But sometimes you're running and you are putting the same effort in, but it doesn't seem like you're going anywhere. That's because you're running uphill. And that's okay. That's a part of the journey. Just don't quit. And sometimes you're running super fast. Now it means you're running downhill, but that's okay as well. Just pay attention. Make sure you're not running into something quickly that you can't get out of. So all of these things is just based on the fact of you're just never going to quit. This product, this service that you offer is important. See, I know how I know that sandwich that I ate when I left that guy's office. I felt awful. I felt awful. And a lot of people do that on purpose. A lot of lenders do that on purpose. Okay. Okay. So my goal here is to provide an opportunity so that everybody can fight. I don't care, black, white, woman, man, I don't care. I want you to have, if you have a burning desire to be somebody special and different in your family, come and see me. You're the person that I want to talk to. If you're a person like one of the nurses that I spoke with, she helps veterans. I'm a veteran, so I love anyone that's out there helping veterans. So she was having trouble expanding her office. She wanted to get another office because she was only able to see 4 or 5 veterans. Well, you know what? Through a little help, we're able to get her an office. Now she's seeing 10, 15, 20. So those things you don't understand. See, small business is what really makes America work. Those are the people that you as a small business owner, even if you're selling that t-shirt to somebody, you are making a special impact on that person because it's something different that they couldn't get at Walmart because now it has their name on it. It has their business on it. It has their message on it. And you did that. Walmart didn't do that. You did that. And you made that business owner, you made that man, you made that woman feel special when you left out of there. Or you may be a carpenter and you laid down a brand new carpet for so somebody could rent that out so another person could live decently and wonderfully. Walmart didn't do that. Home Depot didn't do that. You did that. So those are the people that I get a chance to work with every single day. That's what wakes me up in the morning, know that I have customers out there that have dreams to accomplish, that have, work that they have to get done. They need some money, and I want to make sure that they have it. So try not to get too excited about this stuff, Shawanna.
No, I love it because what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And I believe for such a time as this, that somebody needs to really see you as being the CEO of Operating the Black, so that they can feel the passion that you have for us, for even us as a people, to be better, to go further, go wider, be able to last longer. And in having conversations, financial conversations with you. So if you don't have a person that you can talk finances with, you need to be around another set of people. But to be able to have those conversations, because iron sharpens iron. And if you're saying, I want to do this, this is when you think about the good, the bad, and sometimes ugly, is just calling it what it is, and then talking to individuals that can really help you to do something about it. And I know I'm definitely grateful to have you as one of those folks that I do a number of things, but you being able to help me and guide me and help me navigate along some of those paths, it's been priceless. How about that? When we talking about money, it's been priceless of just even having the right people. You've got to be around. If you're looking, you're listening, you've got to be around the right people. If you're saying, I want to do this, I want to go there. Yeah, you don't have to do it alone. You are definitely not by yourself. Some of the things that you are experiencing, there are people that have gone through that. There is
Mhm.
nothing that you have faced or are facing. That's part of the how sometimes hard it can be. I'm going to say this too. Let me help a CEO or a soon to be or entrepreneur. Everything does not have to be as hard as we make it out to be either. Now, will you have to work? You sure will. But
Yes,
everything
yeah.
does not have to be as hard as we have made it out to be. We're in a different time right now, and it's getting around those people. Who are your mentors? I know some people lean in on folks and they say, well, I can't get to them. Is there some type of recording audibly? Is there some type of book that you can remove the excuses to live your dreams alive out loud, right? Don't just thrive, don't just survive in the business, but start thriving in your business. If you're a business owner, you say, whoa, I'm catching it. You might want to call somebody like Daniel Winton because you don't know what you don't know. Have
Right.
the conversation. What do you have to say about that?
Well, and that's the biggest thing, Shawanna. People, you and I, we met over the internet, and so a lot of people, it just takes that time. Can I trust that person? I go on to Instagram, and this person is saying this, and this person is saying that, and all these other things, and I'm afraid of making a mistake.
Mhm.
So what I always tell people is this: everybody has that internal truth telling machine, and you know when somebody's trying to sell you, and you know when somebody's telling you the truth. But the number one thing I'm going to tell you here is that we traffic in the truth. I will not lie to you. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. But I have a wonderful resource system here. I've got plenty of mentors that I can send you out to. Some of them are representatives of the United States government that have their senators, representatives, not senators, but representatives of states. So there is just operating in the black, just one of those things that I just didn't expect to see when I first started this business, but it has just been a wealth of just putting people together. So the number one thing that I will tell you is this: I will not lie to you. Okay. I do not suffer from commission breath. Money is a tool. I enjoy making it, but I also know fundamentally what it is there for. And so my goal for me is to see everybody win. So if I have the opportunity to assist you in making money, assist you in helping you to grow your business, I tell everyone you need to have a business plan, something that you've taken the time to write down so that you know who your customer is, so that instead of spending $20,000 or $30,000 on advertising, before you do that, you know why you're spending that $20,000 or $30,000 in advertising. So one of the another thing that we do is that we sit down and we ask you about your business. What are you planning on doing with the money that we're getting ready to loan to you? How are things going to look after you receive this loan? How are things going to look after you accomplish the things that you were interested in doing? So that is another thing. And I love hearing the success stories of people who were able to take the funding, invest in their business, and grow it 10, 15, 50, 100% in a 12-month period of time. And then those folks come back and say, Daniel, we'd like to do this and do that and increase our ability to do certain things. So we're really excited about being here and really excited about assisting you in growing your business. But just to get back to your statement is, I understand. I have been sitting exactly where you have been sitting. I have been exactly as skeptical as you've been. So when you call me, you're not going to be stepping into any new territory. I totally get it. I totally get it. The call is free. The information is free. Just give us a call. Let's talk about it and see what we can do to assist you. And like I told you, I promise you, we will not lie to you. We will always tell you the truth.
I love that. I love that. And this has been an amazing chat. But before we wrap up our CEO chat, in case somebody was wondering, I just have to ask you just a little bit. How has it been with you being in financing for years, even though operating the Black, we're excited that they're coming up on their 5th year. Woo! Uh, how was it with the family? We got to touch just a little bit on the family with having a family, being a dad. How was that for you being a CEO and even with the family?
Well, this business, well, fortunately, my children are quite older now, so they're in their 30s. So I don't have that same one with the little ones running around like we did when we had the pizzeria. Now that's tough when you're, Daddy, I need some time with you, and you've got to go slap out some dough. So that's what I'm saying. All of these experiences are going to be completely different, and so no one ever is going to be in the same steps in the same river. They always say you never step in the same river twice. My experience as a Black person is going to be totally different than you as a Black woman. I mean, it's just totally different. It's totally different. Okay. So the what I leave people with is this: you cannot fail if you do not quit. And if you have enough money, you're going to be able to survive the ups and the downs. So my goal and my proposition is to everyone is, let me provide you with the proper amount of funding so that, yes, if you do need to take a day off from work because your daughter or your son needs some time with you, or you need to go see a baseball game, your business isn't going out of business. Because when you're trying to use your own money to fund everything, and they say, Daddy, I need to see you at a softball game or a baseball game, that's a hard decision to make. But when you're sitting on a couple of $100,000, yeah, you can go and you can see that child's game. And you want to see that, because guess what? Those times never come back. You can never get that back again. So your business does compete a little bit with your family. But again, this is all about growing it, doing it reasonably, and making sure you have something, you have both your children and your business in the future. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it does, and I love it. So thank you so much again for sharing. We appreciate having this CEO chat with Mr. Daniel Winton of Operating in the Black. Yeah, we're going to make sure that they know how to find you, how to locate you, because we know that you have something to help others with, others like me. So that means you, and you. Consider giving him a call, or someone you know. May it would behoove you to have them to give Operating in the Black a call. I love having my CEO all the way from Tampa, Daniel Winton. Thank you so much for being here and a part of the C-suite on CEO Chat. Again, I am excited. So thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We
You're
will see
quite
you
welcome.
again next time, right? All right, everybody, as we prepare to get out of here, don't forget that there is something that you could do to move yourself better, to move yourself forward. What is in your C suite, right? Are you the executive, the chief executive operating officer over something? How about starting with your life? It is your life. So remember, don't forget to tune in next time. And thank you for joining us for this episode of the C Suite CEO Chat. And I'm Shawanna Kennedy, your host.